Washington State, Oregon State, the Pac-2 and the Mountain West Conference. The deadline for the 2025 scheduling agreement, September 1st, has come and gone. According to reports, the two parties are just too far apart. What happens next? Welcome to College Football's Peek Around the Corner with your host, Greg Pflugar. We cover everything in college football because we love everything in college football. And if you do as well, please subscribe to our channel. Smash the like button. If you like our content, share the video with your family and friends. Let's not waste any more time. We are going straight to Jon Wilner's article. The Pac-12, the Mountain West, too far apart as negotiations over the 2025 scheduling partnership breaks down. We provide a link in the description box. You can read the whole thing, the Sunday deadline for the Pac-12 and the Mountain West to extend their football scheduling partnership came and went without a deal. Don't expect them to revisit talks at a later date either. An agreement for the 2025 season isn't happening at all. According to a source familiar with the discussions, the sides are simply too far apart. Instead, Washington State, Oregon State are exploring other options to complete their 2025 schedules. However, the source cautioned that the lack of a deal with the Mountain West did not indicate a partnership with the ACC or the Big 12 or any other league for that matter was imminent. Nor does the breakdown in talks rule out the possibility of a longer-term merger in some form between the Pac-12 and the Mountain West. We'll get to that at the end of the article. Don't rule out something for 2026 and beyond, the source added. Washington State and Oregon State are operating as a two-team conference for the 24 and 25 seasons, based on the NCAA's 2-year grace period for conferences depleted by realignment. By the summer of 2026, the Cougars and the Beavers must join another conference or rebuild the Pac-12 to at least 8 schools. The scheduling partnership with the Mountain West provides both Washington State and Oregon State with 6 games, 3 home, 3 away for this season, the 2024 season. In exchange for the competition, the Pac-12, Oregon State, Washington State, will pay the Mountain West approximately $15 million, which includes an administration fee, a participation fee, a scheduling fee for each game in Pullman and Corvallis. The contract does not include a fee structure for the 2025 season. The payments would have been all negotiated all over again, sources said. But the financial piece wasn't the only hurdle. Extending the agreement in the 2025 didn't fit smoothly within the Pac-12's long-haul strategic plan, which leans heavily. Here is the PATC money shot of the article, which leans heavily into remaining as flexible as possible in case of an additional realignment in preserving the cash to act on any opportunities. There will be some of those funds set aside that as different scenarios emerge, we do have some resources available to us for our strategic priorities moving forward and whatever we might need to do to support our conference affiliation strategy. Conference affiliation strategy. Not necessarily rebuilding a conference strategy, it's conference affiliation strategy. Pac-2 Commissioner Teresa Gould said recently on Canzano and Wilner, the podcast. And finally in the article, for next season, the Cougars and Beavers are exploring a plethora of options and need a total of 12 games combined to fill out their schedules. At this point, Washington State has 6 opponents lined up for next season. North Texas, San Diego State, Idaho, Washington, Virginia, and Oregon State. The Beavers also have 6 under contract. Cal, Fresno State, Houston, Texas Tech, Oregon, plus Washington State. Please put down your comments in the comment section below the video. Let me know what you're thinking here. The deadline has passed. There's not going to be a football scheduling agreement between Washington State and Oregon State and the Mountain West Conference. Oregon State and Washington State are keeping themselves with options, right? To be as flexible as possible. Possibly using some of those funds in a possible creating a Frankenstein G5 conference, poaching top of the Mountain West schools, or keeping themselves available just in case the ACC implodes here in the next 12 months, 18 months, using some of those funds that they're getting in the divorce with the other Pac-10 schools, former Pac-10 schools, that they can use that money to deliver themselves on a silver platter to, let's say, the ACC and Jim Phillips. I think it was always going to be difficult for Washington State and Oregon State to create a scheduling an agreement with the Mountain West Conference when, let's be honest, one of those options for the Cougars and the Beavers early in 2025 is going to be creating that Frankenstein conference as one of the plans, one of the options, along with ACC implosion, which they don't control. But Washington State and Oregon State do control the creation of a new G5 conference, possibly taking the top 6 Mountain West schools. We talked about it in the PATC Holy Smokes Theater. So it was always going to be difficult for Washington State and Oregon State to be thinking about poaching to create the process. They've already begun that. That's an option. While at the same time having a scheduling agreement with 4 Mountain West schools that they're not going to really have interest in having a conference affiliation relationship in the years ahead. It's going to come down to crunch time sometime in 2025. Not now. They still got time. The Beavers and the Cougars still got some time. The deadline has passed. There's not going to be a scheduling agreement in football with the Mountain West, not anything formal for 2025. Washington State and Oregon State continue to look eastward to see what happens in the ACC, buying themselves time, giving themselves flexibility. What do you think is going to happen? Let me know. We're going to be talking about this again in the weeks and months ahead. This is another story that's not going to die anytime soon. Let me know what you think. We'll talk about it later tonight on our live broadcast here, Peek Around the Corner live show, Monday, Labor Day. We'll see you then. Until next time, from all of us at PATC to all of you, please, you all take great care of each other. Thank you so very much.